You just got out of a concert at the House of Blues in Boston. To avoid having to deal with the crazy traffic, you took the subway into the city. Now it's late as you begin your journey back, and some trains are no longer running. As you travel, you quickly become the last person on the train. Over the intercom, you hear,
"Entering Park Street.
Last stop. Thank you for taking the T. Don't forget your belongings."
The doors will open on both sides of the train.
You're still several stops away from your destination, but you seem to have no other options. Exiting the train, you see a bone-chilling silhouette on the other platform. It starts moving toward you. Today we discuss Boston's Park Street Station. Welcome to Ghost Binkers. Pause for dramatic effect. Hello, junior and senior Binkers. I'm Trev. I'm trying really hard to believe in ghosts. And with me is my buddy and co-host Killian.
Is this an episode about people who don't understand trains? Is this an episode of Subway Not Understanders? That's unbelievable.
I got pushed off the subway at a time that I wasn't.
The train went right to Riverside. It must be a ghost. It's like, no man, they changed the service. It's 12 o'clock. This is gonna be a personal ep for me.
Oh yeah. Together we are the Ghost Binkers, and we explore real life spooky stories and joke the spooky credibility out of them. A light binking, so to speak. I already have in my notes here, fair warning to the listeners, there's going to be a lot of inside baseball talk because both of us have regularly
Come to
taken
Boston,
the train.
baby. It's crazy also because I definitely would trust any ghost train over the MBTA. Like
a ghost running the train?
Literally, if a demonic hell train pulled up and they were like, you can get on that or the green line, I'd be like, no, give me that. I'm hell train every time. That thing's probably going to make it to hell at least. You know? The green line would explode on the way to hell.
That's true. The ghost train will get you to hell. They'll get you to the destination.
The devil's like, we were supposed to get to hell, but we had to stop in Kenmore and break down first.
We had to pick up the broken down green line.
Do you remember the like 2 weeks where the orange line was just lighting on fire for a while?
Yeah, that was specifically when I needed to take the orange line.
But I think it's very funny that like we're trying to fancifully imagine a world that's worse than the one that is clearly horrible.
It was really interesting. So I was just browsing Boston ghosts because like normally I have a list of topics to like look into and then get burned out realizing that none of them have stories.
What a pathetic life you live.
So
you're just checking Boston ghosts like the morning paper.
So I had to reverse engineer. I was like, well, I know Boston ghosts is where I get stories a lot of the time. So I know if I just go there and look at their topics, I'll have a story. Yeah. And then I found Park Street and I was like, oh, I know that place specifically. And so here we are.
Yeah.
Very fun.
I got to say, the most popular interchange.
Yeah,
like
it is.
It's going to have the most people going through it for sure, I think.
Yeah.
And it's also like, it is a very, like,
it's kind of
very
iconic
active
too.
station. Like everyone, you have to change kind of every train there basically other than maybe like red, orange.
Yeah. And we'll talk about it a little bit more, but it is like kind of one of the first stations too. Like it's historical. It's extremely used and also apparently allegedly haunted.
Also, to lay the groundwork for the listeners, the MBTA, the organization that runs Boston's trains, is a garbage piece of shit organization. A private company that has made every wrong decision, jacks up fares, makes everything worse. They're trash and evil.
I've cursed them under my breath many times in my life.
So that is the subtext of everything we say for the entire episode, basically.
This is me publicly announcing that I will never work for MBTA because I am slandering them right now.
During COVID, they doubled the number of trains and buses to like help with spreading, so people weren't packing in as much.
Yeah.
It was the best they've ever run. You could actually get on buses in Harvard Square that weren't completely packed. It was
great.
It worked really awesome, and then they immediately, as soon as they could, said, no, we're done with that, and it went immediately back to being dog shit.
Yeah.
Trains were 45 minutes late again. Buses were 30 minutes late again. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is weird that they just decide. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It saves them money. But.
Honestly, I guess. Like, I feel like at some point it can't save that much money compared to the dissatisfaction of people who just decide not to ride the. Like, I feel like you want the fares.
Yeah, you would think so.
And so like the buses probably pay for themselves and the fares if you run them more, because like the current thing is the buses are so bad that it's like, okay, well, if I wait my bus is going to show up 30 minutes late, but it's also going to say out of service, and it's just going to park there, and the guy's going to put bricks under the tires, and I have to sit there and wait for the next bus, which is also 30 minutes late, and you're like, okay, well, like, do I just run to my office?
The guy's going to tell me that the shuttle is actually at that stop right over there, but then that guy, when he pulls up, is going to tell me that it's on the one down the street.
Yeah, I don't know if this is true of every city. I assume it is, but every Boston bus driver seems to have their own like personal code of conduct that you have violated when you walk on the bus. There was a week, for the listeners, I would wait at the bus stop. It was at a corner, and then there was like a little stretch of sidewalk, maybe about 20, 25 feet, and then like a corner into an alleyway. And I would wait at the corner of the actual proper sidewalk where the bus stop sign was. There's like a sign that says bus stop. I would stand there. They would pull up, and then I would get on the bus. There was like a period of 2 weeks where I would wait near the bus stop sign at the corner. The bus would pull up, and he would stop like 20 feet early, like near the alleyway, and I would walk up to the bus, and he would say, yeah, the bus stop's here. And I'd be like, oh, yeah.
There's a sign
I'd be
right
like,
there.
oh, I didn't know. I just waited near the sign. And then they'd be like, and I'd be like, okay, well, that's kind of rude.
Idiot,
and then,
you must be new
And
here.
so the next day I would wait at the alleyway, and then they would drive past me and pull up at the bus stop sign, and they would be like, yeah, it stops here. And
Obviously.
They literally, I'm not even joking, back-to-back alternated day to day for 2 weeks straight, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Like, what the fuck? Like, and it was just far enough where if you were in the middle, you were just kind of walking too far either direction. And like, I want them to stop, because sometimes if they don't see people at the stop, they'll go through.
They'll just go right by.
So I want to make sure they like know I'm at the bus stop, and it just was making me lose my fucking mind. It was the cruelest I've ever been treated by a human being on earth.
So anyone who's unfamiliar with the MBTA, that is what it's like.
Yeah.
I will just straight up right now apologize to our Bink squad. I have my quarterly sinus infection.
Oh.
So if my voice sounds a little ragged, more so than usual, that's why. There was a moment today where I could not talk without coughing through my sentence. So
yeah,
hopefully that doesn't happen too. Got tea on deck.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
I believe in me too.
You got testosterone on deck in case you need to get buffer?
Yeah, you need a little extra.
Drive if you need to make it through the meeting.
That is actually what I sounded like earlier. Last thing that I will preface before we jump in is that there's not really actually any ghosts in this.
Yeah, I caught that by you saying like a dark silhouette.
It's more spooky vibes and liminal thought processes.
Yeah. We're in the white people scared of a city type part of the neighborhood right now.
Kinda. But I will say
it's all Park Station. It's all Park Street Station though, right? It's not anything else.
We are gonna also jump over to Boylston.
We're not gonna get someone who's like, my train went to Mattapan and I was really scared for some reason.
I didn't see a single white person.
A white woman
there.
sees a black person, starts penning a ghost story immediately.
I have a personal story. It's not really a story. I have a creepy experience with the Broadway stop on the Red Line, which is the same line that Park Street goes on.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a way to turn the word anecdote into a ghost pun, so we can have a little ghost anecdote section.
I have an anecdote.
Nope. See that? I was trying to. That one doesn't work. I went through that one already. Yeah. Well, that way, if
you already casted that one.
That
aside.
way, if we ever do some like if someone's ever on and they have a story like when we had Hannah on for that inn.
Oh yeah.
When they might have a ghost anecdote, I want them to have a little way we can say insert funny
a ghoulicdote.
Yeah, but none of them have worked so far. And see that one's I think ghoulicdote is worse than anecdote. Yeah.
I'll keep thinking. I'll keep thinking throughout the episode.
I don't know if you should be wasting your power on this.
A spirit dote.
You're kind of losing the initial. Yeah, you're losing the initial word a little bit. I think I would like to preserve. It should kind of sound like anecdote. Still.
Yeah. Okay.
Panicdote. Because I'm so scared of the ghost.
Me and Amy went to the House of Blues, actually.
Yeah, I was there very, very recently.
Oh, okay.
I thought that's why you picked it. I was there literally 2 weeks ago.
Hey, small city, Boston.
Yeah. And also, Terry and I avoided this whole ghost story by just finding a lucky parking spot on Commonwealth.
Well, so the intro was actually kind of a mishmash of all of my train experiences.
Right.
One time, the train did just kick me off at Park Street, and I was like, that's not where I was trying to go.
Yeah, they for sure do that.
They do that sometimes.
The little bit about Riverside, like you'll get on the Green Line, they'll be like, oh, this one just goes to the end now. And you're like, I didn't want to go to the end. And
Yeah.
you're like, well, it's late. So then you have to go all the way to the end and then ride a train back. I'll
link this in this image in the Ghouly Bites, but there's a Broadway station, if you go through there at night, it looks like a horror movie scene because it's like dark. The lights flicker.
Yeah.
So, and you can't really see people. And so me and Amy looked out there and we saw like just one silhouette of a person in this flickering light. And we were like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Because it would cost the MBTA $90 to fix the fucking light and they won't do it.
Remind me to never get off on that station.
Yeah.
But then I also found a picture of it. The screen is currently in use for a different purpose at the moment. And I forgot that we were recording
I didn't
today.
even know that this could happen.
But it looks very liminal and it's very Kubrick-esque.
That was kind of a bad picture to show me. That sort of looks nice.
Well, that's in the daytime.
I know it looks nice.
That's in the daytime.
It looks well maintained.
It's also...
I will say I'm uniquely resistant to liminality as a concept.
That's fair.
People show me this and they're like, "Isn't that crazy? It's a bathroom." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't give a fuck."
I like
piss in
liminal
there. How's
spaces
that?
a lot.
I think I like them, but not for the liminality. I just think they're nice spaces. So I don't feel like a sense of like a dream world to it or whatever.
So non-Boston gamers might recognize the name Park Street. MBGs might recognize Park Street Station from Fallout 4. I didn't even remember.
Oh well, yeah,
it's in the game.
Fenway's in there and stuff too. So yeah.
And I looked at some of like
The Park Street Station looks like the Ilios map in Overwatch. Non-gamers. So they get there and they're like, "What the fuck? What? No, it doesn't."
I looked at some of the in-game images. It very vaguely resembles the real life.
Well,
Park Street.
there's ghouls down there.
There's schools. Well, in real life too.
I know. Yeah.
So the history. Let's jump into the history of Park Street Station for a second.
Ghouls are people who have like radiation. They get mutated by radiation and Fallout.
But in real life, ghouls are
Walter Goggins
spooky.
in the show is a ghoul.
Oh yeah.
So all you people who think Walton Goggins is hot.
Walton Goggins goggle
I
glasses.
think I called him Walter Goggins, but
You
Walton
did, but I
Goggins.
wasn't going to correct you.
I don't think Walton's a real name. I think that's a last name.
Walton. Yeah,
The
it
Waltons,
is.
you know?
Well, some people have first names as last names, and other people have last names as first
Give
names.
an example the other way around.
Well, a last
Who's
name.
got a first name as a last name?
A first name as a last name would be Walton. Wait. No. Like Jason Terry.
That's a good one.
Like that's his first name and a last name.
Yeah.
Walton Goggins. He should have first name as his last name.
He should excise the Goggins part kind of entirely. He should figure that out.
So our history comes to us from Boston Ghosts.
Yeah. You didn't do a clap sync at the beginning of this episode, by the way.
Oh.
And are you recording? Are we good?
I am recording.
I'm so anxious now.
I understand.
All right, so Boston Ghost has given us the lowdown.
Boston Ghost is giving us the lowdown, and I specifically went to the archive.com version or archive.org version from 2019, pre-AI.
Oh, okay, I got you. It was pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID as well.
They were like, the ghost no longer exists because twice the number of trains are running now. They've scared the ghosts away.
It is weird. This is like shortly before COVID started coming on the scene. It was October of 2019.
Yeah.
But it does seem like back then Boston Ghost put a little more into their articles.
Wow. Give them the business. Huh?
They had like actual images instead of AI generated images.
Wow, weird. Yeah, weird. The non-slop version is more appealing. Crazy.
So Park Street Station is located on the green and red lines of the Massachusetts Bay Transit Authority subway in Boston, Massachusetts, aka the MBTA.
AKA the devil incarnate. AKA
we already rallied against them.
Hellspawn, demon of the train stations.
Best known as the locals as the T, which is literally just short for transit. That's why we call it the T. The subway is used by thousands of riders on a daily basis. I would almost say like maybe tens of thousands of riders.
I would say billions because I don't care if it's true or not. It feels like billions when you're trying to leave the damn Red Sox game.
Oh my God, yeah. Or the Celtics game.
Yeah. The trick is to walk a station down.
Yeah.
And then try to get on Park Street that way or whatever.
Or just be mentally prepared to just wait for a long time.
Or commit to the full Park Street walk and like, or I'll walk through Boston for an hour and then you get to the trains will clear up a little bit by then.
And it's kind of fun.
That's what I mean. You got to like,
a good time.
You build an activity into it. Although I guess it depends how late the game lets out because then you don't want to be late for a train.
Go get some pizza from Boston House of Pizza.
Yeah.
This episode's sponsored by Boston House.
I don't know. We could throw in pizza sponsors. Walk your ass all the way. Take a bus to Brighton and go to Brighton House of Pizza.
We could get any sponsors we want, really, as long as they want
involuntary
to sponsor
sponsors.
Us. Or I guess we could just say they're sponsors.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. They have to pay us to stop talking about them as a sponsor.
A reverse sponsor.
reverse
I think it's called a
sponsor.
lawsuit.
For the many that travel the T during the day, no one could ever think about the paranormal activity that might be happening, while many are filing in and out.
You kind of said traveled. Is that a term you're working on?
Yeah, I'm traveling. I'm traveling around.
Other people travel, but you travel.
I travel. Oh, I've never thought to make that connection before. Now I'm trying to think of other things that I could do that for. The Park Street station is one such station on the T where such activity was said to be reported.
Was said to be reported.
Yeah, I don't.
It's rumored to have been reported. We're double rumors right now.
That is kind of why I had to say, like,
It's really funny.
There's not really any actual ghosts.
I just think it's a funny way to say it.
There's like rumors of rumors.
People thought about the rumors of reporting.
So the Park Street station was open for operation on September 3rd, 1897, and it was designed to connect the southern half of the Tremont Street subway station.
It was also the last time they fucking updated it.
Probably.
Bing, bing, booey.
I know that's not true, but it does feel that way. The station was located on Park Street in Boston, obviously. That's where the name came from.
What?
That's all the history.
Well, I mean, that makes sense.
No joke. That is all. The
I guess
history I have.
what else would they say? You know?
Yeah, they built it. And
I
then it was
guess
done.
maybe if maybe the big dig interfered with it in some way, but not really. Like if you do any projects, you're gonna work around the fact that Park Street's there. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's like, what else are you gonna fucking do? It is always funny to me how much later subways and stuff happen than I think they do.
Oh, like
the 70s, you know, like.
Yeah.
For Park Street Station, my brain is like, oh, that subway must have been there since 1915.
Well, this one.
They've ran steam trains.
This one was
trains through there.
1897.
What?
Park Street.
1897?
Yeah.
You said 1973.
No, 1897.
Never mind. Then that makes way more sense.
But the voices, like the ones that you hear on the train,
Yeah.
I think those were probably around the 70s.
Okay, I'm so curious where my brain plucked 1973 from. Clear as day, you know.
Well, there's a 9 and a 7 in there.
That's it,
If
yeah.
you cut the 8 in half, that's a 3.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I mean, that makes sense.
You did a
why
bunch of mental math.
That makes sense why it was so surprising. It was ridiculous on its face.
So, is it really haunted? Well,
No.
while there are well over 130 stations within the MBTA subway system, the Park Street station stands out for one strange reason. Apparently, the station itself might be haunted. More specifically, many of the passengers that have frequented the station have reportedly heard the sounds of wailing and moaning time and time again.
Oh, I thought like whaling, like killing whales from a boat.
Hunting whales.
I was like, wow, we got people
That's-
know what whaling
That's New
sounds like.
Bedford. Well, I don't know. Did Boston also do whaling?
I don't know.
New Bedford
I
was
assume
big.
a little bit.
New Bedford was big on
Yeah.
whaling. Some have said that it might have been the spirits of past passengers that had grown wary of the day-to-day commute from home to work. Some have said it's me after the 4th day in a row where the train is delayed by 15 minutes, making me
Becoming sort of a demon.
This actually happened to me. It made me miss my like commuter rail train.
Yeah.
So then I ended up getting delayed another hour because
yeah.
those are like an hour apart.
Yeah, they're big spaces. Yeah. No, it's really cool. One time we were going to see The Rite of Spring at the BSO, and we were on the train, and then the train, they were like, oh, it's not working great. I was like, oh, okay. And then I started to be like, man, I feel kind of like hot. It's hot on this train. And then they were like, yeah, the train's going to be like a couple hours or something. I don't know. And then they were like, you can get off and just walk. And we're like, okay, I guess we have to do that. And then I found out later that I had mono.
Oh,
So I
no.
had to like wander through the streets of Boston with mono because the train exploded.
my
or whatever.
God.
And I was like, wow, I'm really hot right now on this train. And it was because my body was doing that.
I also had to emergency evacuate a train because I nicked my finger on a metal sign and was bleeding. And I thought I was bleeding out because I was like 14.
Oh yeah. Well,
And then-
I'm tougher than you, so I just walked. But there was one time where like the green line broke down, and it broke down like 2 feet from where they let you get off.
Oh.
And we were like, can we get off? And they were like, no. And I was like, can you just open the doors? And they were like, no. And we were like, and the girl was like, I can see my apartment. Let me off this train. Like we were all so fucking mad, and we're just sitting there for 20 minutes, and they wouldn't let us off the fucking train. And we were so close, and we were like, what is your plan? Like you're just gonna leave us here? It's just so frustrating.
That's the scariest part of the
frustrating.
train. That's the ghost. That's the haunt of the train right there.
Yeah. You know.
Park Street was one of the major stations that served the Red Line, which typically had stops in notable parts of the city, including South Station and places that have employed scores of people. i.e. Mass General Hospital, Harvard University, etc.
Never heard of it. Scores of people is such a fun way to say that.
Scores of people, yeah. What is a score of a person?
Well, score's 20, right?
Oh, 4 score, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't think they're using it.
That's
that
a weird way.
Fair.
That's a weird way to count people.
Yeah, I
in
don't think
groups
they're,
of
I don't think
20.
they're using it that way, but yeah.
Oh, also, I have a note here. For the first time ever, Boston Ghosts has taken responsibility for offering a non-ghost explanation. Most of the passengers moaning and groaning was in all likelihood travelers of the Red Line in general complaining about the day that lied ahead or what had occurred. Even Boston Ghosts is like, it's probably just people.
Yeah.
But if anything, you may encounter a spirit that might be complaining about how it was just another bad day at the office. So now that kind of reframes with that first sentence.
So when they said they heard moaning and groaning, they meant they heard people complaining about the day?
I guess.
Okay. I feel like if you hear something and it sounds like a voice, it's probably a human voice. That's a good rule of thumb.
Well, especially on a public train.
If you're in a platform too, a subway platform, sometimes people don't realize that like some of them have platforms above and below them too and stuff, like depending on which one you're on. So like there's chances that you could be in like one tunnel that has a tunnel below it and has like a staircase and another tunnel above it. And so there could be multiple spots where people are waiting for trains and moving about and you just like don't see the people. But it's coming through because like there's a gap in the floor or a tunnel or whatever, you know.
And specifically like the layout of Park Street, just to like give like our non-Boston Binkers like a visual here. Like normally there's like a platform on each side of like the tunnel.
Yeah.
There's a platform in the middle too.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're like triple platforms.
It's hard to figure out how to get to
and there's
that
like
platform.
there's like tunnels that go up and out and over and around.
Yeah, like
so
it's
you
a
could
really weird
so
design
sound
station.
could come around one of them and out and you could hear it quietly and think it's a full person or something.
But so I do think like the moaning and groaning realistically is
I will
just
say if it's specifically that day related, like it's probably like I don't think a ghost is complaining about their job.
Yeah, and I don't think ghosts are really complaining about modern times either.
Right. Well, could be 1897 ghosts.
I guess,
who are
yeah.
like, this new station.
Other passengers have said to have felt some strange presences over the years. How could it be possible for a subway station, albeit one of the busiest in the city of Boston, to have some kind of paranormal activity going on with so many people coming and going from the station?
Yeah.
Again, I appreciate the false skepticism.
Don't read the article.
I guess at this point, I will take false skepticism over zero skepticism.
Yeah, you're desperate. You're desperate for anything.
While it might not be confirmed at this point, some have said the spirits may be that of the victims of those who have died in a tragic event.
Some.
Not at Park Street Station, but at the next station over.
Using the least philosophically loaded word. Like just trying to say like the lowest number of people that could imply multiple.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, because so
people are saying
a couple is 2, a few is 3, several is 4.
I feel like some could also be 2, to be honest. Like it's
some.
Very, like, so philosophically, none means if you find a single person who is doing it, it's wrong, right? Like if you say no one has ever complained about a ghost in Park Street, and I find one person who says I saw a ghost in Park Street, then I was wrong to say none.
Yeah.
All obviously every person has to say it.
Yeah.
And then like many, it's like well like many
is more than some.
It feels like but like they're both pretty. But some to me is the least like some is the one that like requires the least amount of burden of like because like 10 people that's some people. Hey. I see 2 people back to back. That's some, you know.
Yeah,
it's like,
I guess maybe some. Honestly, some feels less than several.
I know. If you say it like that, it's because the word's longer. But yeah,
like several feels like a lot, kind of.
Yeah, and I see severals at the zoo. I call them cheetahs. That's like a 3.
Wow, that was a multi-layered.
Shout out to servals. It's my favorite little animal that people think is a cheetah all the time.
I do like those little guys.
Yeah, I like big cats because you can do all the shit you do with your cat.
But you can like
you can slow blink at them and stuff. And they'll just kind of do it back.
I thought you meant
sometimes.
like because you.
Well, no, you
can throw your cat, but like you know.
No, I mean like if you're a zookeeper, I'm sure you could do some of that stuff. You know, like but they play with big toys and shit. Yeah, I think it's fun.
The cat communication, like you can.
It's the same shit. Yeah, exactly.
Except some of them can't purr; they can only roar.
Like lions and stuff.
Yeah.
Lions are like I think are lions technically a little different than like cheetahs or whatever, or is it tigers? There's one of them that's not. They're a big cat, but in a different sort of way.
Cheetahs
than like
cheetahs
are like a house cat, basically.
Yeah.
And so anything in that line, cheetah servals is like that's what I'm talking about with the house catty ones.
see.
But the roaring guys, they're doing different shit.
So yeah, they mentioned that a tragic event happened in Boylston Street station, and I can actually confirm this is a real thing that happened. I did search it. It is on Wikipedia, and this is from Wikipedia. A few months before Boylston Station opened, there was a gas explosion at the corner of Tremont and Boylston Streets on March 4th, 1897. Illuminating gas had been escaping from an underground main.
That's my birthday.
Holy shit, it is.
I killed people.
Happy birthday.
Holy shit.
Illuminating gas, like kerosene and other types of...
gas they use for lighting up
Yeah.
things.
Had been escaping from an underground main for 2 months into the cavity between the station's roof and the street above, before a horse-drawn trolley caused a spark which ignited the gas.
Cannot believe they did that with the horse-drawn trolley, man. That's crazy.
Witnesses reported that a fireball engulfed the trolley and burned several people and horses instantaneously. 6 people were killed and at least 60 were seriously injured. The station was spared any serious damage, as much of the force of the blast had radiated upward
Into the people's bodies,
Into the
crushing
people's
their
bodies.
bones and skin. Wow, that's sad. That sucks.
Yeah. Also, this is just maybe this was just how the subway was destined to be. I also read somewhere that people had been complaining about the gas for like a month or two,
Yeah, of course.
and nothing was done about it.
Companies don't do anything. Every company fucking sucks. Anyway, I don't trust any of that's real because you got it from Wikipedia. Not trustworthy. I only trust the Gemini AI overview.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Next time, I'll get them next time. So, whether the station itself or places near it are haunted are anyone's guess. But if you happen to hear the sounds of moaning and wailing like the other passengers have reported, then that's certainly something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
But don't chalk it up as an apparent paranormal event without other verification or evidence, since those sounds may come from a mortal rather than a spirit. These days, it could be hard to distinguish.
Yeah, so it's just the sounds people have reported.
Yep. And then I do have a little something about Boylston Street.
Cool.
Also potentially haunted.
How do you feel about sound-only hauntings?
It's tough.
I know my nephew would not be into them.
Yeah.
He needs visual confirmation.
He needs visual confirmation. Conceptually, I think it's doable, but that one is way harder to prove.
You think it's doable to prove it?
You
think it's doable? You think it's by doable? You mean verifiable as a ghost haunting experience?
I would say assume it, like me coming with the perspective that hauntings can happen. An audio only haunting is just as good as anything else, but it would be way harder to prove.
I gotcha.
Because it's really easy to be like, oh, that voice you heard was just like the TV.
They're kind of common though. Like I guess now that I think about it, all the EVPs are basically audio only
EVPs, yeah.
hauntings. I mean, I think they're bunk dog shit.
We know how we feel about EVPs, but also pizza. But also, the worst part is like Park Street Station is so busy.
It's insanely busy.
All the time.
It's hard to understate how like even when the other stations start to get pretty empty, Park Street will still have going.
Yeah.
Like because if you have to take a green line from the center of Boston, you're going to get on there like in any direction. So like there's always going to be people. Also, I cannot believe you don't have pizza as a soundboard. Get a pizza on there.
You're right.
Pizza,
You're right.
Get it on there.
Editor Trev, this is not a promise. You have to do this. This is a vow. I like
that you use the podcast like an Asana task board to like leave a to-do note for yourself. Hey, Editor Trev, you got to take out the laundry today.
Editor Trev, definitely double check on the mail because
it's been piling up.
It really has been, and I know you have a hard time getting through it for some reason, but open that shit. But yeah, I just think also, even if it's empty, subway stations specifically are a good place for homeless people to live.
Yeah, and also like if a train makes a sound, there's so much space and room for it to bounce around and be weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just a weird environment for sound.
Like everything about a train station makes it hard for an audio haunt. That said, I am still creeped out by the dark, spooky nighttime train stations. And that might be due to a fear of unknown people there and also, some sort of spooky paranormal.
Ghostly happening.
So yeah, Boylston supposedly haunted as well. In addition to the explosion that Ghost City tours. Oh, this is from Ghost City Tours actually.
GCT, yeah.
The central burying ground lost an unknown number of graves when the Boylston Street subway station was constructed directly beneath it in 1895. So they literally just were like, there's a graveyard here, but we're just gonna
Oh yeah,
blast
that's
through
interesting. I don't know anything about that, but I wonder if it was like they didn't care, or if it was like, oh, there might be potentially some unmarked graves here. We didn't.
Yeah.
Like we feasibly have no reason not to go through there, but there might be some unmarked graves there that we have to be aware that we're probably going to be pulling through. I'm not sure.
Workers unearthed remains that were relocated.
Okay, that sounds like they're pretty sure.
that were relocated hastily, without ceremony, and without complete records.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. Well, what do you want them to do? Fucking, I got to do another funeral every time I dig up a body? Yeah. I'm the train station
I'm a construction guy.
I'm like, fucking goddamn it, kid. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Another
I'm trying
skull?
I'm trying to watch the fucking Sox game, and these fucking spooks keep coming out of the ground, pulling up a femur bone. All right, get the organ out. We got to play another song for them.
Do, 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 do. To make room for the tunnel.
Sorry, I cut you mid-sentence there.
They were just relocating all the bodies to make room for the tunnel.
Yeah, I didn't think they were doing it for fun.
Construction projects throughout Boston's history have turned up bones in locations where no cemetery was ever mapped. Evidence of the mass burials during smallpox epidemics.
Yeah.
And the informal graves of people too poor or too forgotten to warrant a marked plot.
Yeah.
So they just didn't really care about graves back then.
Yeah, we're a little precious about graves.
Yeah.
I
mean, realistically, I don't really even want a grave.
Yeah. I don't either.
But what if that affects my ghost? What if I get cremated and then my ghost also gets cremated?
That's good. Then you go to hell or whatever.
I guess that's true.
I want my corpse to be reanimated into some sort of soldier for the U.S. government to fight in foreign wars.
No.
I want to be some sort of zombie puppet for them.
And Meta can just keep posting.
Exactly.
On your behalf.
I'm the first Palantir zombie corpse. No, cremate me, please.
The last thing to talk about.
I also don't plan on dying, so that's going to throw a wrench in it. I'm going to stay alive forever. Brian Johnson is going to electroshock his boner until he figures out how to live forever, and then I'll be the first one to actually do it.
Oh, damn.
Properly, yeah.
Are you going to steal his open source information? Or?
Yeah. I'm also going to steal his girlfriend's vagina's pH tables that he published the other day.
What the fuck?
Did you see that?
No.
Oh, yeah. He put out his girlfriend's pussy biome statistically in the world.
Why?
I don't know. I had heard about him, and I was like, I don't think this is good. And people were like, no, it's okay. He's doing it to himself. And then he put out a thing that was like him and his son's erection data from their erection measuring app at night. And I was like, hey, I feel like I was right.
That's too much.
and then yeah, recently he got a girlfriend. I think she did a video with him, and he was like, this random nurse that I'm going to be really friendly with in this video. And now he's put out her pussy statistics. There's no more gentle way to say that. Her vaginal metrics are out there, but not measurements, but like
the pH.
Someone asked the pH, and he was like, it's 4.2, or it's no bacterium could survive. So it's insane.
Oof, boy.
So anyway, I can't become a ghost because my vaginal data will be out there in public for all to see.
So there's one last part to this train story. Yeah. It's the Boylston Station ghost tunnels. Now, these are not
the BSGT.
They're not haunted tunnels, but they are abandoned tunnels. This is a real thing.
Yes, sorry. You mean ghost like a ghost town?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. These are the real abandoned tunnels. And at one point, the MBTA even did a tour of them.
Yeah. Boston doesn't have a third rail thing, do they? Where you get shocked, I think
they do,
okay.
but these are old. So
I didn't know. I know because I know New York has a bunch of problems. New York has the third rail and all that stuff. And I didn't know if Boston had the same thing or not.
They might. Every time I took the train, I would try to look for it. I
don't know a ton about it.
I don't either. I don't really know how it works. I know you're not supposed to pee on it or whatever.
Yeah, no, I've seen people step over it. I've seen people say that's bad. But
yeah,
I don't know.
It's scary. Honestly, if you're down on subway tracks, it's a bad time.
Unless you're Superman.
Unless you're
going to stop that train. by shoulder checking it, you know?
Or if it's a Subway sandwich shop.
Yeah.
Then
or if you're the little Subway Surfers guy and you're gonna get your coins, you know,
Yeah,
there's not much you can do. Not much other options.
we need to add Subway Surfers to our clips.
Is that game still exist anymore?
I think so.
I played like a Spider-Man version of Subway Surfers for a long time.
Oh, that
Where
sounds better.
where you sort of gotcha.
Wait, I
you
think I know
gotcha,
that
You
one.
gotcha for Spider-Man, like you pull Spider-Man.
I think I tried to play it and then I was like, this is too much like Subway Surfers.
I think it ended service, and it was too much like Subway Surfers, but that was good. I like that.
Yeah.
I kind of like what I want is like those fun little phone games. I want you to just add like meaningless stats to upgrade and a gotcha system to all of them. That's what makes me happy.
Yeah.
I've learned.
I just kind of want something that is like the ad that they show me.
Yeah, I want the ad with gotcha elements.
Yeah.
So I want like, oh yeah, I just I run down and shoot people, but also I collect anime people. Like, that's fine.
That's fair. I feel like that's a simple ask.
Yeah.
One day when I finally learn how to code, I'll code that app for you.
The issue is all those game makers realize that what they've designed is one fun level.
Yeah.
And then instead of designing more fun challenges on that level, they just design a base building simulator that you
I hate that.
In every 20 days of base building, you get one level that you play that's fun.
I don't want that. I don't want a base. I didn't never want a base builder game ever again.
I've never wanted to build a fucking base in my life.
I thought it was cool in like 2012, and
I remember
ever
in
since-
Pokemon Ruby, they were like, you can make this your own. And I was like, I don't want to fucking put furniture in my fucking house. No. I don't have the energy for this. I've never had the energy for decorating or putting things around.
That's fair. Me too.
That male living spaces subreddit is an attack on me personally.
I mean, it took a lot of work for me to like shift into the mindset of like putting stuff up for the set.
Yeah.
Like even like
Yeah.
I was like a black backdrop is fine.
If my wife ever divorces me, you will see the most pathetic living
the
spaces you could imagine.
emptiest.
The most PlayStation chair living space you could ever comprehend.
Well, these Boylston ghost tracks could be considered maybe a secret base for somebody.
Yeah.
So
The Fallout ghouls.
this is a post on Facebook.
They don't give tours anymore, I assume.
I think it was like a limited time
temporary
thing,
thing,
but
yeah.
maybe they will again someday. I don't know. I didn't look into it, so
No,
I can't
yeah,
say
no, it's fine,
definitively.
it's fine, yeah.
But this is a Facebook post from Joe Wilson on the Abandoned Rails Facebook group.
This group's got a rock.
I honestly kind of want to join it because it seems like it's just more abandoned liminal shit for me. For a nice treat to finish my time on the Green Line surge, I was given permission and access to the abandoned ghost tunnels of Boylston.
Oh, yeah.
These tunnels were built as part of the first subway network in America. They run from Boylston Station under Tremont Street, where it would exit through a portal by today's Elliott Norton Park.
They had portals and
The tunnels are a time capsule in their own right. The cans are old rations from the Cold War. There's cans in the picture.
yeah.
For our Bink squad.
Sorry, I
here.
cut you off. Like, one, I can't see it, and two, they can't either. So I guess it was good for you to clarify.
And a testament, I'll try to see if I can put one of these in the video. And a testament to the engineering and labor involved to construct them. All safety procedures were followed during the trip, and it should be noted that this can only be done under the guidance / direction of the T. So I don't know, maybe you can still like get permission to go visit them.
This guy sounds like the kind of guy who sent a lot of very nice harassing emails from
Yeah.
You know, like he's a train enthusiast, and he was just being like, "Hey,
Yeah, like very
I've read the safety manual, and you're supposed to be legally allowed to take me down there." You know, like, and they're like, God
very
damn it.
friendly, but like nonstop, like once a day.
You know, and I respect that. You know,
So yeah, I mean that's really the only other spooky thing about Boylston Street.
that guy is unfortunately too much of an abandoned rail enthusiast to ever care if there's a ghost there or not.
Honestly, he seems like the kind of guy who might see a ghost there, and like he's so distracted by like how cool the rails are.
He sees a ghost and he starts telling it about the train network, and he's like, "Oh, someone walked away again while I was talking." Like he's just so used to the experience.
Yeah, so I don't.
Again,
think,
I want to be clear. I'm supportive of all of this behavior. I think all this is great.
Yeah, no, I think it's great too. I'm in my adult age. I'm very pro people just being passionate about things, and as long as it's not harmful to other people, I don't really care. What you're passionate about, including ghosts.
Yeah,
as long as it's not harmful to me trying to read your story and believe them.
Yeah, if it's a sex thing, you can't talk to me about it too much. I'll get really bored.
That's fair. I won't.
People who are all horny just tell you about it sometimes. They're like, you gotta calm down.
They're getting like worked up telling you the story.
You're like, I'm not getting as worked up as you are, so you gotta relax.
That's it for our Park Street.
Hell yeah.
Really, not much.
I know.
Not
yeah,
much spectral.
It's just so like it's for our non-Bostoners. It's just so busy there. It's hard to comprehend.
Yeah.
It's not quite a train station in Tokyo shoving people on or whatever because we don't have that kind of network.
Yeah.
But it's like I feel maybe New Yorkers will object to this, but like it feels really even compared to New York stations I've been on, it feels really busy. So
yeah. I'll say, to get into the Bink difficulty scale, I'm gonna say that even though I don't really think there's anything that they could have indicated that would be a ghost, it is spooky. The station is spooky.
At night too, the only thing I'll say, is like obviously you mentioned like homeless people and stuff, so there's like a little bit of like, oh, what if there's a real thing here? But also it's like a lot of it's just you've seen it not dark, and then it's all really dark, and you're like whizzing by some of it at high speeds, and you're trying to find where you're going. You don't know you never feel exactly like comfortable with where you're going if you're new to that area too. So you're like kind of like, oh, okay, what train do they get on? And you're like looking at the signs, you're like, and you're like walking down tunnels. It's so it can just be a little unnerving anyway, just trying to like navigate all that emotionally.
I mean, I know a lot of people who like specifically avoid taking the train because it's overwhelming. But yeah, so I will give this a 3, not from the sense of like I believe what we read, but just from the sense of like
it's spooky.
It's spooky, and I could see a world where you might see something or hear something, but hearing is a little rough.
Yeah, I'll give it a 1 because it didn't happen. There's no ghosts. But I'll give your story where you saw a shadow also a 1 because it was a guy standing in the light.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a 1. But like I said, I get how it could be. I get how it could be scary feeling. It's okay to feel scared. Doesn't mean there was a ghost there.
Yeah.
And you hearing me complain about how the Red Sox can't fucking hit again is actually just me drifting down. It's just my voice in the rafters. It's not. It's not a ghost.
Yeah, and honestly, like once I read the story and I was like, hey, there's no ghost in here. I just really wanted an excuse to talk about something we know.
It's something personal to us. Yeah, I just love the idea of like being like, this ghost really hates Caleb Durbin. He does not like his batted ball profile at all. It's just me howling up 10 stories above Park Street. I'm on the street near that McDonald's, just screaming, and it's making its way all the way down there.
Well, if ghosts come from passion like they did in the Chicago Zoo,
oh man,
maybe you've left some echoes behind over the years.
My desperation for the Red Sox has led to so many ghosts being created.
Well, that's it for this episode. I want to thank our Bink squad for listening. Did you know that at ghostbinkers.com you can do all the Ghost Binker type shit? And what that means is you can join us on Instagram and TikTok at ghostbinkers, or you could send us an email, ghostbinkers@gmail.com.
Email us about your MBTA or public transit horror stories.
Yeah, actually, if you have any spooky subway stories, send them our way. Leave us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. 5 stars is mandatory.
Please.
Because if I don't get the stars, I can't take the train.
Yeah, you lose social credit.
To my destination. Yeah, I lose social credit. But they'll kick me off at like 2 or 3 stops before
1 stop for each star.
Yeah, before I can get to where I need to go, and then I just have to walk, and I get mugged.
Yeah,
so
it's tough. The muggers know if you're not at your stop. Yeah, that's how they mug you.
They're like, wait a second, you're at the wrong place, buddy.
Yeah. You don't look like you want to be on the Riverside stop right now.
Looks like you were supposed to be going to Leechmere.
Yeah. Newton's probably missing you right now. You're like,
Lastly, share the show with a couple of friends, because that is the quickest and easiest way to grow the show.
It's the most expedient way to grow the show.
Grow the show, and that will allow us to do more cool, fun stuff in addition to what we're already doing. Mm-hmm. And
which is cool and fun already.
Which is cool and fun already, but we can do more.
So we can be even cooler and funner.
We can expand. Imagine if we could afford to upgrade our cameras.
Yeah. Or, more fun, we run Trev down those ghost tunnels and I shoot paintballs at him.
Yeah.
And we pretend it's ghost related in some way.
And then have to
clean it up because the MBTA is really mad at us. Yeah. Well, we do it with the express permission of the MBTA.
Oh, okay.
As we were instructed by
yes.
Joe. Wilson.
Joe Wilson. Thank you to the author of the Boston Ghost article. I don't actually know who the author is.
And to Joe.
But I will link, and Joe. I'll link those in the Ghouly Bites.
Thank you to the MBTA for being a terrible organization for so long.
Thank you to the MBTA
Enabling this shit.
for giving me hope in public transportation and then taking it away.
Yeah, so it's much worse at the end result, you know.
I really like the concept of public transportation. It's great when it does work.
Yeah.
It's horrible when it doesn't.
It's like a girl rejecting you is bad. A girl saying yes as a prank and then rejecting you is like 20 times worse. And that's what the MBTA does. They're like, no, you're getting a Riverside, and they're like, you're actually not. The train's not moving anymore.
That's
You're
like, that's war crimes. And on that note, that's it for this episode. We will catch you on the next episode.
Bye-bye. For anyone who's been to Disney World in Florida, we're going on Everest ride, and like we're in line, and we're at the point in line where we can tell we're about 20, 30 minutes away maybe from getting on the ride. And I was like, oh, my stomach's kind of gurgling here. And then so I told my wife, like, I got a gurgly tummy. I think it's gonna be okay, but we gotta be playing this by ear. And then we get on the ride. I'm like, okay, I think sitting will help. And then we get on the ride, and like it goes backwards. It does all the fun Everest stuff, and we're like, whoa!
It shook all of it out.
I think so. I think it really moved it all around. But then we get out, and like he goes right into the gift shop. And my wife and our friend are like, oh, let's look at the gift shop. Because a lot of it's like Yeti themed, it's cute. And I was like, hey guys, I gotta fucking go. So I book it, and I find a bathroom, and the only stall is like the handicap stall, which you're allowed to use for the record as a regular person. But I was like, oh, I feel bad. But I get in there. So I'm in this massive stall. It's like 98 degrees in the shade, and I'm just like having the worst experience of all time for like 25 minutes, and it's hot, and the stall just feels like it's getting bigger and bigger, but there's like way too much space, and I'm just like sweating and it's struggling, and I came out and like the entire group was waiting for me.
Yeah, well, because
everyone had met up.
We reconvened.
I walked out the door and just saw like all the smiling faces of my friends.
Well,
horrible.
If it makes you feel any better, I was trying not to pass out, so I didn't even register.
It's just like
I didn't even register that you were.
It's just when you do something embarrassing, you don't want to turn the door and just see like a bunch of people you know.
Hey, how was it? How was the bathroom?